All right. A little more of Jen and the Swiffer Bitches.
All right.
Been offended, or his fans may have heard it and then been offended and then told Randy, because Randy is very social. He talks to everybody on Facebook. That's one of the reasons Autograph has such a huge following. They are.
I'm going to have to disagree with you there, Jen. Autograph has a huge following.
What, 2 fat guys?
And yeah, Ed in Pennsylvania.
I don't know that they have a huge following. When they were at the top of their game, when Turn Up the Radio was massive, did they have a huge following?
Not that I'm aware of. They I think even though they've had some minor hits, I think you could probably put them in the one-hit wonder category.
Now, I hate to admit this because it's with all the bagging that we do on Autograph, this is really shameful of me. The third metal tape I ever owned was Autograph.
Okay.
Was fucking Sign In, Please.
All right.
You know, that was my first one was Heaven and Hell. Second one was Quiet Riot Mental Health. Third one was Autograph.
Well, what I found funny is that Aerosmith used the Autograph robots.
Yeah.
For their Just Push Play CD.
Right.
That was bizarre.
It was.
That they used the exact same artwork.
Yeah, they did. It's totally the same.
Strange. All right.
Accessible.
Mm-hmm, totally. You feel like you're best friends with them. Mm-hmm. That's how they embrace their fans. And
that's how Ed feels. He's best friends with Autograph.
Most certainly is.
He is.
Their fan base is strong as hell. All really nice guys. So, you know, Moose did not freak out on me.
Yeah, I feel that way about the Mob Wives.
Well, he didn't freak out on me when I said I can't put this on, and I explained to him why. But I found out very recently that some of these stations that air my my news report were telling me, you know, Moose has been trying to take you down for over a year and emails us about not working with you or talking to you. I'm like, why? You know, why? Why would he do that? This was over a year ago when I said you're not on the show anymore. You know, this is how children behave, and he's a fucking idiot, right?
Wow, she swore. She used bad language.
All right, we're gonna have to cut this broadcast off here.
Jen did not conform to the rules of the CMS. She used fucking.
Hey,
I'm just repeating what she said. I'm using it in context.
Can you go with the proper terminology of effing?
Yeah, effing.
Friggin'.
She used the F word.
Yeah, pal.
Terrible.
Well, I'm not competition for him. We don't even do the same types of shows, but I'm trying to deal with someone in him that has no common sense and wouldn't realize that on his own. So I've been quiet about all of it, but still keeping my eye on him. Like, if he's trying to trash me, I'm just going to, once in a while, check out what he's doing. Mm-hmm. I have many grievances with him. And
Many.
Like, not one, not two, at least 5.
More than I can count on one hand.
That's right.
I guess what set me off this weekend, which is why I'm now talking about him all this time later, is he had made some posts. Let me get it, because I knew the comment I put up underneath it was going to be deleted, which it was, and then I was blocked from him. But
oh, they always do that.
Yeah, of course. I mean, I wasn't on his friends list, and this was actually on his Metal Moose podcast Facebook page where this was at, so you can't really block people from those pages.
Just to let you know, this is not Alex Jones Info Wars. This is Jen and Moose Internet Wars.
Internet Wars, exactly.
Internet Wars. Social
Wars.
Media, very important.
It's like Storage Wars, but for the internet.
Exactly.
But you can disable them from
commenting.
Comments.
Yeah.
So I got to pull this up.
I will.
Okay, so earlier, when I first started talking about this podcasting stuff, I had mentioned that my first show was a 1-hour interview show. I had one artist on my show, and then in between our talking points, I would balance it with their music, whether it be a new album and picking only songs from that album to play, or in Jan Kuehneman's case, the last album that Vixen at that time had put out was 2006, and my interview with her was 2013. So,
which Chris trashed.
Yeah, well, sorry.
Chris trashed, and I caught hell for it.
Sorry, dead whore. I'll do better next time.
Wow.
Too soon?
And do you recall what the name of that CD was?
Live and Learn.
Live and Learn. Chris trashed it on Pitriff.
I gave it a 2 out of 10.
I know. And do you remember what the story you got from Jan over your review? The one that she gave me to pass on to you?
I don't exactly, but I know she was upset that I said that they should go back to their day jobs.
Yeah.
That's what I said in the review, and she was mad about that.
She was very mad about that, and she told me to my face, you tell your partner, Chris, these girls worked very hard on this CD. They put their soul and their life into this music, and he gave them a 2 rating. It's so unfair and so wrong, and he was wrong about it, and it hurt their feelings, and it destroyed them.
Destroyed them?
That's what she told me while I was carrying her bag out to the SUV.
Well, I'll tell you what, Jan. If you can take one breath, I'll apologize. Ready? Go. I'm waiting. Jan, my head's on the ground. I'm listening.
She was not happy.
I don't hear a breath from you, so I'm not apologizing.
She turned me into a pack mule to carry her cargo to you.
She was not liking me.
No. She made it very clear to me, face to face.
Imagine that. I made an enemy.
I was playing stuff from the 80s from them, some stuff from the 90s, and then from 2006 from their Live and Learn album. So that being said, his post from May 13th on his Metal Moose Radio podcast, and unless he deleted the whole thing, people can still go there to see this so they know I'm not jerking their chain. Hey bands, as you know, we have started up Moosehead Studios interview series. This means we are bringing bands into the studio and doing live Facebook feed and audio interviews.
Yeah, we know how quality that is.
Live Facebook feed. In other words, you click the live button on your Facebook.
Yeah, live Facebook feed.
On your phone. It's a fucking Periscope interview.
Yeah, it's Periscope.
I mean, Facebook has their own version of it, but big fucking deal.
Well, that's worth money, god damn it.
Yeah, that's something.
I'm taking my time out of my day, and you should pay me for this.
Yeah, man!
Did you know you can schedule an entire 2-hour show that is dedicated to your band? We bring you an interview. I'm sorry, his grammar is bad, and he doesn't use a lot of punctuation either. Let me start that over.
Typical Rev. What a character.
Something we've been killing him for.
I know. Just poorly educated.
That's right.
We bring you in, interview you and play your entire CD. It's a Metal Moose show completely about you. This is something that is one of a kind. And that was capitalized, the one of a kind thing. He goes on to talk about stuff after that. But when I got to that part where it says this is something that's one of a kind, I'm thinking, well, I did that long before he even started his show. And there are many people in radio, whether they be live or podcasters, who have already done this. It's nothing new. You're not reinventing the wheel. So underneath that.
Yeah, I think MTV might have a little issue with that.
Right. I know. Or Barbara Walters or VH1 Behind the Music, or the list could go on and on. But
I thought, god damn it, she just pulled the curtain back on the Moof, and I always thought that he was like a trailblazer and had a lot of original ideas, and now she's just sort of destroying that whole thing for me.
Yes, this whole industry's fucked.
God damn it, Jen.
I can't pay attention now.
It's disgusting.
Terrible.
it's just one of his many, many hypocrisies, which I will go off on after we're done with this. But underneath his comment, or underneath his post, I had written, I wish you luck. That being said, it's not really one of a kind, as I was doing the same thing back in 2003.
You ever notice every time Jen uses the phrase, that being said, she's ready to lay one on you?
That being said, fuck you!
That being said, you're not original, Moose!
Yeah, that being said, you're a fucking idiot.
You know, I appreciate everything you do, but that being said, you're talentless. You're a talentless boob.
I don't think we have to preface that part with that being said.
Right.
That's like just known.
That's just a lead up to I'm about ready to crush you.
In other words, Rev, you stink.
Have other podcast shows. Best of luck with Moose Fest, which is like this small little independent.
I think she's
like
besmirching
4 or 5
Moose
bands
Fest.
go and
No way. I heard that was the biggest draw in, Midwest Oklahoma.
So when it comes to big metal fest in Norman, fucking Moose Fest is the shit.
Yeah.
They probably cover the whole floor with cheese dust and fucking have people lather up and roll around in it.
Yeah. Rocklahoma up in Pryor has nothing to do with this. It's a good thing Moose Fest is never scheduled on that same weekend.
They probably look at the Moose Fest schedule before they book Rocklahoma.
You're probably right, because the promoters at Pryor at the Rocklahoma would lose their ass if they scheduled on the same weekend as Moose Fest.
Not fucking scheduling against J.S. Bannerman.
You're right about that, Pally.
Fuck that, pal.
You'll lose your ass.
That's right.
Form it like a local bar, and he kind of organizes it. That's what Moose Fest is. So I wrote that, which I didn't feel was scathing or rude. It was just pointing out, you're not one of a kind. It was speaking to his ego problem, and as a result, which is why I screen captured it, because I knew he would delete it. He had to delete that because he has to pretend and be so delusional that it is just him. He's coming up with brand new... You're not doing anything new that hasn't already been done.
So Jen and Moose, now over 20,000 people are aware of this.
Apparently, Jen doesn't understand. He is a professor at the broadcasting school.
Yeah, at the Oklahoma City Center for Broadcasting.
Which, didn't we find a picture of it in a strip mall?
We did. It was in a strip mall. Yep.
And that was my point behind that. That's a slap in the face to the pioneers of it. You're not the pioneer. I'm not sure who the pioneer is, but I'm pretty sure the pioneer did this decades ago.
Nathan Hale? Oh. I didn't know if he was a pioneer or not.
Yeah, I don't know. Was he?
Laura Ingalls?
Laura Ingalls?
Yeah, she was a pioneer.
A fake pioneer?
It was. Pioneer was attached to her name.
Was it?
Yeah. Wasn't that the name of the TV show back in the 70s, The Pioneers?
Well, I don't know. Dude, you're coming off like a really old man now. The Pioneers?
The Pioneers.
The fuck are you talking about?
Those are the people who test the pies at the pie factory. Jesus,
next thing you know, you're going to give me a fucking season-by-season rundown of Family. I mean, Jesus Christ, dude. Any other old shows you can fucking reference? What's your favorite Chico and the Man episode, huh? Jesus. What year was the Pioneers?
They were the Sons of the Pioneers.
What year was that?
that was the 40s. That's the see them tumbling down, the tumbling tumbleweed.
How in the fuck do you have a 40s reference in your head?
It's the Sons of the Pioneers, because that's the song that they play at the very beginning of the Big Lebowski movie.
Okay. How would you know that was from a 40s movie?
Because Gene Autry and Roy Rogers was part of that.
Gene Autry and Roy Rogers.
And I was a neighbor to Roy Rogers when I lived in California.
Jesus Christ, dude. What was your favorite episode of Gunsmoke? Holy fuck. Really? Come on.
Too funny.
So it compelled me to look at some of his other posts too, and this is where I need to correct him. I don't know if he follows what I do. Obviously, he's concerned with my welfare.
Jen's a strong woman because she used the term, "This is where I need to correct you."
Yeah, pal.
Yeah. I wonder if she has a leather paddle by any chance.
Oh, it looked like she had it in the photo.
That could have been. I'm sorry there, young man. I need to correct you.
Yeah. Bend over, son.
Exactly.
Take a lashing.
Is trying to reach out to people that associate with me and pay me to do reports for their stations. So he may or may not hear this. And Moose, I hope you are, because I'm not here to tear you down.
I'm just going to take you to the woodshed and correct you.
Yeah, pal.
Yeah. Take your britches down, young man.
That's right.
I'm going to lay a correcting on your ass.
Mm-hmm.
Just can't stand you because you are delusional and you lie. And I'm going to explain how. These are all facts. This is not me attacking somebody. If you're running, I'm going to start with point 1. If you're doing a 2-hour independent and unsigned band show, you might want to mention the names of the bands. This is just Radio 101 for someone in him who claimed to have gone to broadcasting school. You might want to mention the names of the bands, the names of the songs, give them some credit for sending you free music to help build your podcast. Anybody can go and on his show archives on YouTube, on his YouTube channel, or his new website, themetalmoose.com, and you will hear what I'm talking about. You won't find during his shows him mentioning who these bands are, which is a shame because they need as much recognition as they can get. And him and I had locked horns over that in the past too, when we were still in
remember
Fredericton.
that. I do remember that.
Right. I had told him, mention these bands. Well, I put them on my page. Okay, but that's just one way to help. But nobody's going to listen to your show and not recognize who the band is, especially if you're not even saying the name of their song, and then go onto your page and go, well, which song was it? Oh, I need to find out who that was.
Jen, the Moose spent $10,000 for a year of radio broadcasting school, and you're giving away all this valuable information for free.
Yeah, what is she doing?
Yeah, what are you doing? You need to hoard that information and only dole it out at select times that people are willing to pay.
Yeah, for God's sakes.
Yeah, don't be giving out free broadcast education.
Yeah, you probably just cost him a $5,000 sponsorship.
You're probably right. Because now somebody else is going to listen to your instruction and start their own show out there, and they're going to get that revenue.
Guilt.
I love Lucy.
That's hilarious. Neely's favorite show.
There you go.
People are lazy that way. I'm sorry, they just are. It's more convenient. If you're walking around and you've got your cell phone and you're listening mobily, you're not going to stop and then look it up in your phone. Oh, what's this? Oh, I got to go to Moose's page to find out.
What if they're driving in their car?
Right.
I mean, because I will put podcasts on.
I'm sorry, Jen, and this is no offense to your friend. Is she drinking?
As I say, she sounds a little bit inebriated.
Yeah, she sounds like she might tip the bottle a little bit.
Likes the alcohol, likes the cock.
Right.
She sounds like a goer.
She is a goer.
Like it.
I think she's over in Pennsylvania.
Is she?
I don't know.
Hey, J-Ro, you like pinball?
Like lots of booze and cigarettes.
Would you like a beer and a tit print on a glass of a pinball machine?
What the hell is AR Rocks?
Oh.
That's the Moose.
Is that the Moose jerking off?
Wow.
On in my car. And I mean, I have a newer car, I could do that, but I can't just pull over in the middle of Route 22 and go, oh, who was that?
Wow.
What?
I hope she isn't driving tonight. At least after they were recording the Swiffer Bitches.
Hopefully they got Uber wherever she is.
Exactly.
My goodness.
To me, it just seems really, really silly because you don't know which band you're looking for if you're not willing to. If I played Def Leppard on my show, most people are going to know that's Def Leppard. But these are bands that have, according to him, never been heard anywhere before. So how do you even know where to begin to look? So right there, your argument for not promoting them on your show is null and void. And not to mention that he strongly defends that point, too. Because I'd seen some chasms between our philosophies on how to handle this. But all right, that's one thing.
Well, I'll give Jen credit. At least she didn't say chasm.
Yeah.
She said chasm.
The chasm.
Okay. Well, at least she understands the word chasm.
That's right.
Then him sitting there saying, every week he begs on his show. This is another issue that I have with anybody who does this. He needs to realize that you're not live. He keeps saying, oh, I'm going on air, I'm live. No, you're not in a radio station. There's no antenna around you. You are sitting just like J-Ro and I are doing right now. You have a program. It's built into your computer. You have a microphone. You are recording yourself, hence the podcast. We are not live. You're editing a show, and then you're putting it out to the masses. So start there with that and quit calling yourself live. You're not. Secondly... Wait, J-Rome, do I need to come up for air to you, or can I keep going? Because I told you.
So what are we doing, Chris? Are we doing a live podcast?
We're doing a live cast.
We're a live cast.
Live cast.
Yeah. But it'll be a podcast come tomorrow.
It's a pod live.
Or Monday.
Or sometime.
Yeah.
Whenever one of us does it. Probably this week.
Exactly. But what are we doing now?
We're pod living.
I think you need to coin that right away.
Pod live?
Pod live.
Yeah.
I think that will become part of the broadcast vernacular.
And we're the first ever pod livers.
Hey, it's pod live. It's kind of like what was it? Yeah, Mad Pod.
Mad Pod.
Mad Pod. I'm J.R. Donnelly. Today's Shadow is interviewing Ted Nugent.
Ted coming up from the ashes of raping children when they were 16 years old. It is Ted Nugent. Ted, your first album came out in January 13th of 1974. Ted, what do you think of heroin?
My friend.
My friend.
My friend.
Shadow. Still the best interview of all time.
Right. That's only because he hated on me.
Oh, my God. No, it's not. It's because your questions were so on point.
I know.
And it's the only time in the history of this show that we reversed roles.
We did.
We completely reversed roles. Where I was the nice one and you were the absolute dick. And your fucking questions were so great. Pittston, Pennsylvania, which was established in 1872.
Shadow, do you think marijuana should be legal?
Shadow, what do you think of AM radio? That fucking interview was so good. I still listen to it at least once every 3 months or so. I just pull it up and listen to it, and it fucking makes me laugh and laugh and laugh.
Because you know the whole backstory behind all that.
It's not. I have to imagine people that find it on YouTube or whatever just don't even get it.
They don't get it, yeah.
I got to think that they think we suck. But that is by far the funniest thing we've ever done. And it's the only scripted thing I think we've ever done.
Yeah, pretty much.
That and the Guns N' Roses steak.
The stakeout. The
stakeout with Matt calling in.
Being a Best Buy store manager.
There's these two guys by the Dr. Pepper machine. We might be friendly with Mark now, but that fucking thing is hilarious.
Yes. All right, just a little more Jen, and then we'll take a short break.
All right.
It'll be a long jag.
Oh, keep going, hon. Folks, I am still here. I'm just hiding. I got my blankie over here and I'm curled up in a fetal position.
She calls it hiding. I call it plotting. But it's okay. It's okay.
I think it's the fetal alcohol position. Sorry.
What are you trying to say?
She sounds like she may have tipped the bottle. I'm not really sure, though.
Are you saying that if she gets knocked up, she'll have a tard? Is that what you're saying?
You don't know. My head is like way too big. Nathan, you got to reduce my head a little bit.
Neely loves Lucy.
Wow. That's so good.
My God, it looks like you could open your mouth and eat Lucy's
Yeah.
head. That's fucking big.
Looks like a Monty Python meme. Just like bite her head off.
Fucking hysterical.
Yeah. Hiding, plotting, it's all the same.
We are podcasters. Nobody is paying us to do this, and that includes him and most internet-based shows that are, whether they're live or they're podcasts. We volunteer to do this.
What? You mean you're not paying me?
No, I pay you in other ways, baby.
Uh-oh.
Bar tab.
What does that mean?
Licking a little puss.
That's what I'm thinking.
Think she's licking the puss?
I don't think so, but that innuendo there, she said, I pay you in other ways.
Probably tastes like Rumpelmans.
Maybe we should introduce her to Patrick in Finland.
Or John.
Yeah.
But seriously, though, nobody's calling upon us to say, geez, I really like your show and I have to have it on my station. There's a public need for it, or we feel it would add something to enhance our station. We'd like to offer you a position here as a job, and a job you get paid. We're all volunteering. Moose isn't the only podcaster, because that's what you are, Moose. If you're listening, you're a podcaster. Quit expecting people to pay you, please. You're not the only one who asks for it, but you overkill it, and it's so tacky and classy.
Sounds like Jen's been listening to us.
I know.
Nobody asked for your show. You're doing this out of your own volition.
Yeah, pal.
Don't expect people to pay.
They should pay. He's giving up his time that nobody asked him to.
Right.
So people should pay for that.
Sure.
He asks people for everything, and here's some of his retardedness. There's donate buttons on his website and stuff. He expects the public to pay him for what he feels, and he said during his shows, and anyone can listen to his archive show again at themetalmoose.com. This is the best show ever. This should be on Sirius XM. I'm not making this stuff up. These are exactly his words.
I know I'd listen. Not.
I don't think I'd be renewing my subscription over that.
Not at all.
No.
That's how great in his head he feels he is for putting on a show where he doesn't talk about the music, doesn't acknowledge the bands, does... My cat could give better interviews than he does, which he rarely, if ever, does. By the way, they're horrible, and he calls them epic, and I'm like, in what world? Corky's world? Then maybe they might be epic.
Corky's world?
You know what? That's a bit harsh.
Yeah.
No, our mentally challenged don't need to be taken, to task like that.
Or used as an example for poor quality or poor performance.
I mean, my goodness, leave the tards alone.
Exactly.
Come on, Jen.
Yeah, really. Be a little more mature, Jen. Jeez, that was just way below the belt.
My God.
Yeah.
Jen.
Have a little class, Jen. Really.
Just because they drink a fucking paint shake, that doesn't mean anything.
Not at all.
Yeah, just because their favorite dinner is pennies.
That's right.
Favorite pet is potato.
Just because they have a Sherwin-Williams Christmas doesn't mean a thing.
Get a fucking pack of Sherwin-Williams fucking gift cards for Christmas. Thank you, Mommy. Thank you.
The yellow is my favorite.
Chocolate and vanilla. Mommy, can we go watch a shake? I wouldn't Watch the shake machine.
But not here, honey pie.
He's a legend in his own mind.
Very much so. And he keeps sitting there and saying he doesn't want fans. But yet he has like 7 or 8 different, from what I recall, it could be more now, I don't know, Facebook pages. One's called DeMoose, D-A, and then the word moose, for all of his fans. Well, you just said that you don't want fans, but yet you set up a Twitter account for fans and then a Facebook page. I know the Twitter thing because I got something in like my spam email. I don't really use Twitter. I have an account there, but I really just don't go on it. But anytime someone on Facebook sets up a Twitter, it'll give me an announcement, in an email. And I'm like, well, this is for just my fans, this page. But you just sit there and you say that you're just some regular guy who doesn't want fans, but yet you build your whole life around that. It's kind of ridiculous. It's not even kind of ridiculous. This begging thing, though. He really expects and believes that people will pay him enough where he can do this 5 days a week and have everyone pay everything for him. And
What is it with these radio guys that have animal names for their radio names? Didn't we have a guy out of Maryland who had an animal name?
The Walrus.
The Walrus.
Right.
He thought the same thing, didn't he?
He did.
He thought that he could do this 5 days a week and people would pay money and he wouldn't have to have a real job because he was such a scary, talented broadcaster.
How'd that work out?
Didn't quite work out now, did it?
Nope.
And just a little more Jen. Come on, Jen.
you only see his face and the tops of his shoulders, so you don't even see what's on the shirt. Yeah, what a dumbass. You know, there's so many dumb things about him that I can't even... But recently it seems as though where he was... Because I remember him telling me he used to record his show out of his garage or somewhere in his house. He has switched to this this local... it's like a rehearsal room that someone either donated to him or he pays for. I don't really know. It doesn't matter. But he goes to what he calls now the Moosehead Studio. And they needed some things to fill up their studio with. So there he is again on Facebook making videos of himself, shameless ones. Well, my new co-host needs a desk. Who can give her a desk? We need some things to decorate our walls with. Who wants to donate that? Oh, I need a new graphic for my website. Graphic designers, where are you? I need a new poster for Moosefest. None of this he's offering to pay for. He just expects people to kiss his ass and give him every single thing for free. And then on top of that, pay him to do his show, which nobody's asking him to do in the first place.
I think we made that point about 9 years ago.
No, hasn't changed.
It hasn't changed a damn thing. Now, if you people would donate money, I would have enough money to go down and have shirts made.
Yeah. So pay up.
And I need a new website for Dirt Talk, so if you guys would donate money, I could have a website for Dirt Talk.
Somebody posted in the chat room, I think this is true, too. Did I not donate money to him?
I think you did.
I think I did.
Yeah, you did.
$1 or something.
I think so. Look at AOR Rocks. He's got a CMS shirt on.
Look at that guy.
Yeah. Good graphics there, especially since he looped it under the shoulder belt.
Look at that. Please listen to Moose Radio, not the CMS.
Yeah. That's so good. Wow, that's good.
That's getting saved.
That's real good. I like that. All right, what do you say we take a short break?
All right.
All right, I think Jen has said pretty much all she's going to say.
I think so.
I know there's more, but it just pretty much reiterates again and again that the Moose is, he's worthless. He's worthless.
He is not a good broadcaster.
Not at all. Not in the least.
Nope.
All right, an album we're featuring tonight features our good friend George Mahalovic of the band Aftershock. They have a new CD out called Detonate.
Right.
I'm going to play another tune from this. So let's check out the stylings of George Mahalovic and the boys. Let's play some Ready to Rock.
All right.
It's brand new Aftershock exclusively here
on your classic metal show.